Ooh, that episode of Smackdown is pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Anyway, um, you know what? Let's just get to the main dish. I was like, we'll tackle the appetizers later. Look, they already getting digested. Let's go to this meal that's still in the tummy. Listen, Paul Heyman coming out. You already felt it. It was like, oh man, it's crazy. Which I ain't gonna lie. Paul Heyman must just be watching TV because how if his phone line disconnected, who else called him? How he know? How he know? He had to be watching like, oh shoot, let me go ahead and watch SmackDown. Oh man, he tried to call me. Oh, that's right. I changed my number. Hold on. You know what? I'm not even gonna call him. I'm just going to just show up because that's what I do. Anyway, Paul Heyman returns because guess what? It was 4 versus 5 right now, and they were just about to do this handicap thing, but he's like, hey, and he points to the ramp. I ain't gonna lie, for a split second, I was like, what we gonna hear? Are we gonna? I thought it was gonna be Brock Lesnar for a minute, to be honest. Even though I know with all his stuff that he really can't come back and do anything, but I really think that the real, I'm keeping it in. I think the world really would still pop, not CM Punk pop, but pop still or whatever. But to me, I would have liked that appearance or something like that if it was actually a Survivor Series where you got the loud crowd in order to do it. For this, it makes sense of just like, doing it for the regular crowd, first of all. But second of all, it was CM Punk. And still, blow the roof off the top because it's CM Punk. And not only is CM Punk, it's CM Punk about to join Bloodline with Roman Reigns. And also he just starts getting into it because he's just ready for a fight. And I was like, to be honest, I actually think this does sort of make sense. Like, it doesn't, like, to me, I was like, Bronson Reed didn't really make sense either. But now how good did that look? CM Punk joining in, helping him out, I was like, that can still create a little bit more beef between Seth at the same time. So I think it works. I was like, plus, you wasn't looking for a perfect storyline type of thing when we got down to this 5th member. The whole point is that both bloodlines are basically alienated people to basically saying, who are you going to recruit? Bronson Reed is over here looking like this as an opportunity, but also he never been crossed by either side of the bloodline either. Whereas everybody else pretty much in the locker room has, when you really think about it, unless they were basically NXT recruit. So to me, it makes sense. I was like, it's fine. And also I was like, the only reason I didn't think it might be him is just because he just did Hell in a Cell injury. Like, that's the only reason. Other than that, go ahead, throw the main attraction in with the main attraction Especially, I was like, I don't think we're going to get any Rock stuff, but I was like, especially if that gets convoluted into it as well, too, go ahead. I was like, make the whole thing. Now, let's go to, what would be next to your main dish? Would it be a side salad? The side salad? Let's go with the salad. I was like, yeah, wait, no, it's a salad? No, before the appetizer. Man, we're going to go with a salad. You need a healthy colon. Anyway, this whole thing was basically who attacked Jade. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my pick is on Bayley. It might not be, but I'm going to go with Bayley just because I was like, it made sense for her to already be in as the 5th person. I mean, Rhea does make sense too, but I was like, it makes sense from her with a storyline as well too. You can also build off other storylines as well along with this as well. I'll probably do like a whole video on it, but I think it's Bayley. But now I was like, now they're down a member or whatever. This cost Bianca a chance to basically win her triple threat match, which I'm surprised that they sort of did, but I also understand it because, as I stated in like another video, that was like Bayley, Bianca, Jay, Naomi. Now, that will be the match that I feel like a lot of, don't get me wrong, Chelsea was getting the pops the whole time, but I was like, that would be like a really strong match because there is storyline with all that as well too, as I elaborated before. But at the same time, I can also see that you do need to have a real good mix as well. But I was like, talking about the Bianca Jade thing or whatever, I'm pretty sure that's probably going to be addressed somewhat on Raw as well. But I was like, because, Rhea came out and saved them versus Liv and her team and stuff like that. There's really nothing there. It's really just about who attacked Jade and whatnot. But I understand them doing Chelsea. One, she's hot and she's a favorite. Everybody likes her. Two, you sort of keep both sides of like her getting the win and also Bianca not. So it's like it works out for everyone. Jade is now missing on the other side with Machine and Piper. I was like, who can be thrown in there? I was like, I don't actually know. I was like, see, kind of like if they would have waited and did like Naomi and Tiffany and Alexa match, they could have had whoever was have like a losers match, and then they fill in for that last spot like a redemption thing. I don't know what they're gonna do here with this one. I'm like, I don't know if anybody else is on the roster on this side. They're probably gonna grab somebody from Raw. That's what I might be thinking. So this whole thing has dominoed to every single side. We had LA Knight versus Escobar, which was like, I mean, it was a fine match, but we already knew how it was going to go, and it's really just setting up basically for Shinsuke Nakamura to face LA Knight, which I was like, ain't going to win. But I do like, the problem is that I was like, I like Shinsuke, and I like him as a whole. He always could be thrown in all these things or whatever, but his presentation, the way they give him off and stuff like that, is up to such a high level that it's like, the mystique and the aura dies when you don't actually come through or win. What they need to do is put them in like feuds or matches with like other people. Like they almost gotta Wyatt this in a way where it's like you put them in feuds and matches and stuff like that. That when it comes to the championship time, you actually feel a lot better about it than like right now. You just like, is he gonna be cool? They go to the little comic strips. I was like, and whatnot, and him speaking in his little raspy voice, talking to LA Knight, and he gonna lose. How it's gonna be. We got Cody Rhodes and KO in a promo battle, which I was like, I thought this was one of the better Cody Rhodes one we've had in a while. That doesn't just seem like it's just congratulatory and it's like my daddy, or whatnot with KO. And to be honest, I think they both have valid points. I was like, I heard, they talking about like Cody seemed like he know what he was talking about. And then, then he got ended with Carmella, because Carmella was like, I'm glad somebody told him. And to be honest, I really thought it meant like KO, like Cody told KO, but it really was meant at a dig towards Cody, which I like, because I'm like, while Cody is right, I can also see KO's point as well too, and in a sense, especially within the wrestling perimeter. That's all we were talking about. But now he's gonna get into it with Carmella, which I'm like, thank you. This is what I wanted during those dry spells of SmackDown, and then I'm like, Bloodline getting mixed in with everything. And Cody mixing in with other people on the squad on the roster. I'm like, guess what? That's going to help you during the whole thing. And I was like, they wouldn't do it for the longest, and now they're trying to do it. And I'm just like, but I'm cool. I'm glad Carmelo's getting in the mix. We know he's gonna lose, and KO are gonna do something or whatever. But hey, as long as they mixing it in and doing stuff, I'm all down for it. And also giving Carmelo some shine, because I was like, for Cody to be like, we need to reevaluate the number one pick. That's because all of y'all aren't giving him shit to do. That's why. Let's be honest about it. Then we had Montez Ford and we had Ciampa. And I was like, awesome of one, their match, but also the fact that both of them, and you heard it in the commentary, they talking about Ford more about being like a singles competitor, like this is on their way or whatever. Doc is letting him breathe and stuff. But at the same time, I was like, now again, don't get me wrong, Ciampa has had more chances at being a solo star when he didn't have Gargano and stuff like that, and he was sort of parted with the Miz or whatever, and he's had a chance at like a title and stuff like that, where Ford hasn't really. Well, he did have that match against Roman Reigns and stuff, but I was like, for both of them, like this is what this, like you need to do. Let the tag team do this more of these type of tactics. Humberto Carrillo had a singles match last week. Ciampa has a singles match. I was like, Ford had a singles match. I'm pretty sure Doc is probably gonna get one here around the corner as well too. Cause I'm like, let these singles start also breathe. These tag team stars breathe as a solo star, and guess what? It is going to ease it more when it's not going to just be shocking if they're in a title match or whatever. Plus, you can have the title, and still be in a group and not have dissension. It's totally fine with all that. So I'm glad that they're doing that with them as well too, because I was like, it makes a lot of things easier or well. And I was like, Bayley, Naomi, Tiffany, Candice match, but I was like, that went into the whole them not having a fifth member, Io and Rhea basically come out to save the day. There's really nothing else to that, to be honest. But I am glad that Candice is in this War Games match. She's not my particular tape, but I do like some of the things that she does and stuff like that, and she gets a chance to shine. I was like, I want everybody to sort of be in matches and shine, no matter how I feel about them. But anyway, that SmackDown review recap. I was like, probably do a CM Punk, maybe Bayley video as well of what I feel like what they are doing here as well. But anyway, all day, every day, no problem. We got this. Peace. I'm out.